Is it a bird? Is it a wait, I think I've used this joke already. But it doesn't even matter. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our newest guide. It's all about Talonflame, our speedster in the jungle of Fiery Bird, which will help us score points in Pokemon Unite matches and fight in the jungle, hopefully not alongside other junglers that don't know how to call lanes. But anyway, in this video we're going to take an in-depth look how to play, what strategies are useful and which items I would recommend to be successful with Talonflame. And of course, it's a guide video and it's a video of me. My name's Kay, so there will be a little bet. If you can take anything interesting or informative out of this video, which will help you in the fight to Pokemon Unite, I would be really glad and happy if you could support the video and the channel with a like and a subscription. In this case, you grow the community with me, you improve the quality of videos because I know what's good and what's not, and you can be part of our ever-growing team of Pokemon Unite fans. But enough about that, let's start with the guide. Of course, first we have a look at the Pokemon in general. Talonflame, difficulty Novice, is a melee speedster which uses normal attack type damage to use its moves. 5 stars in mobility and 3.5 in scoring, and we know what's all about. But now let's have a look at the progression and the moves we can use. We are starting out on level 1 as Fledgling, evolving at level 5 to Fletchinder and then at level 7 to Talonflame. The first 2 moves we can choose between are Peck and Acrobatics. Peck has the use of fly toward an opposing Pokemon and attack 3 times, and Acrobatics lets us fly toward the designated area and attack multiple times at this place. It also allows us to escape in the direction of the choice after using this move. This means hold the stick in the direction you want to go after using it and you will escape that way. When starting out, I would always chase Acrobatics. Why? Because at first we have an ability which will teleport us a few feet in front of us, and of course we can use it to steal Pokemon of enemies very effectively, because if you see it, we can jump there, attack a few times, we are not hittable, and then we can get away with pressing the analog stick in the direction we want to escape. So that's my choice for the beginning. And then of course we unlock Peck, and Peck is a simple attack ability. When we use it, we are pecking 3 times at the enemy and dealing additional damage. It's cool, it's nothing special, but we have a good moveset for the first few levels before getting our improved moves. At level 5, we evolve to Fletchinder and have the choice between Flame Charge and Aerial Ace. Flame Charge has us fly in the designated direction while we're cloaked in flame. This deals damage to the enemy Pokemon in our path. It also increases our movement speed for a short time. And at level 11, we get Flame Charge Plus. This lets us partially ignore the opposing Pokemon's defense with our moves and basic attacks, which in this case means free damage. The other move is Aerial Ace. This lets us fly to designated opposing Pokemon and dealing damage. It also makes the next basic attack a boosted attack. At level 11, we get Aerial Ace Plus, which increases the damage dealt by this move. At level 5, we can choose Flame Charge. And as we've already have seen, when using Flame Charge, we're dodging in front and hitting all the enemies with a fiercey attack. This can help us to get away, to get into the fight, or to just score a little steal and then get away safely. So this is also the choice I'm mostly taking with me when playing Talonflame. The other option we have available is Aerial Ace. With this attack, when we're using it, we're jumping to the enemy Pokemon and dealing AoE damage, area of effect, against it and all the other enemies in our way. The range isn't as good with jumping, of course, to the enemies, but I mostly like to use Flame Charge. Aerial Ace is an valuable option you could choose. You see, there is some damage output, but the decreased range and the missing additional abilities we get from Flame Charge aren't as worthy as the other option. And at level 7, we evolve to Talonflame and get the choice between Fly and Brave Bird. Fly lets us jump up into the sky, and for a certain amount of time, we are not targetable by any move of the enemies. If we use the move again, or if a certain time passes, we are dropping down and dealing damage to the opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. It also makes our next basic attack a boosted one. And at level 13, we get Fly Plus, which also throws the opposing Pokemon when this move hits. And the choice, which I also take mostly when playing with Talonflame, is Brave Bird. This lets us dive to the designated location while we're again cloaked in flame, dealing damage to the opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. This also deals recoil damage to us when this hits, so keep that in mind, it deals a little bit amount of damage when using it. If we perform a boosted attack within a set amount of time after this move hits, it will reset the cooldown for Flame Charge or Aerial Ace. That means we can instantly attack again with one of those two moves. And at level 13, we get Brave Bird Plus. This reduces the damage we receive when this move hits, which gives us a little bit more of survivability. At level 7 with the fully evolved Talonflame, we can finally choose Fly. And like we've seen, when we use the move, we are in the air for a certain amount of time and we are dropping down with a very good attack and we are dealing a lot of damage while doing this. Of course, we can also drop down earlier to plan the move quite accordingly to our tactics. And you see, it's also good because we can get away, we can fly over walls and use this move to reposition us or to gank enemies on the other lane or in the jungle as well. And the second choice at level 7 is Brave Bird, and I like to take it almost every time. You see, the range is very good with a simple preparation time and we then dive down to the enemies. And if the move hits, or the cooldown of our previous ability, Aerial Ace or Flame Charge, is reset. In this case, it doesn't work because I have turned down the cooldowns, but the tactic would be to use either Aerial Ace or Flame Charge, then drop down with Brave Bird, and then again use Aerial Ace or Flame Charge. So this is a very good combo where you can put out a good amount of damage and take down enemies. Or if you're using it to get away with a quick preparation time, you can jump really far away and get into your safety place. Of course, it also helps you to score goals. You see, there are many possibilities you can use Talonflame for and how to play it effectively. And at level 9, we unlock finally the Unite move, Flame Sweep. This lets us perform a somersault before charging forward, dealing damage to the opposing Pokemon and shoving them a real long distance around the map. I'm going to show you how this looks in a second. And at level 9, we unlocking our Unite move, and you see the range is humongous. And this poor little Apam will see what this means. Or we can use it even if the beast, they're spawned just right. We're using it and we're shoving them a really good distance away, and if we use it correctly, we can shove enemies, and we can of course shove multiple enemies in a designated direction. So for example, if we are at our lane and we want to push the enemy away, we can do this, or if we knew that our teammates are on our side, we can push the enemies there and then strike really hard. One time again this Corpfish, using it and pushing it away with a good chunk of damage. We of course also have a passive ability with Talonflame. In this case, it's Gale Wings. When we are at high HP, our movement speed is increased. So if we manage to not get hit, we are faster on the field and get quicker to the goals, to the objectives, and to the enemy Pokemon as well. Then we also have the basic attack, and this one becomes boosted with every third attack, which creates a fiery whirlwind that deals damage to the opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. And the good thing with this boosted attack is, even if we get out of combat for a long time, it stays ready, so we can jump right into a battle with a boosted attack if we've prepared it beforehand. And we can do this even out of combat. That's a very good thing we have to keep in mind with Talonflame. We are now in the sections of the battle items, and of course this guide is also recorded pre the balance patches on August 18th, so there can be some small changes, but again I recommend eject button. Why? We have a dash available, we can use it almost every minute up until before the patches, and can get away out of pesky situations and have even more mobility while having the movement from Talonflame through its moves. And you know, when we're talking about the battle items, it's always time for the question of the day. And Talonflame is a Pokemon of type Fly and Fire, but I want to know, which is your favorite starting out flying Pokemon? In almost every edition there is a Pokemon which has the type Fly, and I want to know, which is your favorite one and which have you always caught when starting out a new edition or trying out some new Pokemon from the starting area? Write it down in the comments, let me know. And of course we cannot talk about battle items when not talking about the health items as well. And in this case, I choose the following. First, Scope Lens. Why? It increases our critical hit rate and the critical hit damage, which improves the overall damage output of Talonflame in a big way. Then Muscle Band. Why? The basic attack speed increase and the attack bonus are very good because, like we said in the beginning, the moves use the normal attack type, and so we can increase our damage output. And of course the S tier list item, and one of the most important items because it's obviously a very good choice. Body barrier, flat amount of HP, helps with survivability at the beginning, and every time you use a Unite move, you and the Pokemon with the lowest HP in your area gets a shield based on a certain percentage of their max HP, depending on the item level of body barrier. There is a second way you can play Talonflame, and that's changing out scope lens for the score shield. Why? Because when going for some points in Pokemon Unite and scoring a goal, you can be interrupted. With score shield on the other side, you get a shield equal to a certain percentage of the health of your Pokemon, and you can't be interrupted. With the movement and the speed Talonflame has, this can be a really valuable strategy to get the points into the goals and so secure the points at the end as well. So you have the choice, either more damage or a little bit more utility with the score shield, but the other two options I would definitely take with you. And a quick side note why I don't like to choose Focus Band on junglers, because Focus Band depends on a certain percentage of the health. Of course, you get special defense and defense values increased, but Talonflame doesn't have as much HP as other Pokemon, so 14% are not that much, and it won't help you in the same volume as the other options. Now we know everything about our fiery friend Talonflame, all the moves, all the items, battle items, health items as well, and what strategies to use with the attacks. In the next few scenes I'm going to show you gameplay from games of mine, and I'm going to describe what I've done and how to use all the moves effectively to win fights in Pokemon Unite. Have fun and let's have a look. With Talonflame, it's important to start out in the jungle when possible and to reach level 5 before ganking a lane. And you see, there is a 2v2 on the bottom lane, and with our help we can destroy the enemies, almost get the Ghastly, and with that scoring the first points, getting experience, and so improving our overall situation at the bottom lane in the early game. Same situation, different game, now with Acrobatics and Aerial Ace. We're waiting for the Snorlax to get into the fight, and with our help we can jump in and secure the fight. Froakie is there. With the power of 3 we can turn it down and then score the first points and again win the early game, and so get an advantage against our enemies early before they can strike against us. Here you can see now how effective Brave Bird is. We've seen that the enemy is going on the top lane. I've been looking at the minimap, and with Brave Bird we are diving down, hitting 3 of them, getting 2 of them down, almost Zeraora gets away, but Venusaur is still on the lane, we can strike it down, 2 of them are defeated, and so we can proceed further to get the goal and strike the next points. Down on the bottom lane now we have Fly, and you see we're getting up and can deal lots of damage normally when Alolan wouldn't have evolved and Absol didn't jump away with the eject button, but again with the 3 versus 2 we have the advantage and so are winning the fight. Here you can see what I've meant with Talonflame is a mobile character. You see Crustle is trying to get away, we are pre-aiming, and with Brave Bird striking it down, Zeraora also gates the hit, and with Flame Charge we're getting near to it and so can defeat both, getting free flow for the second goal and striking the first points, getting back an ultimate charge, and of course health and experience. It's also important to distribute your powers evenly. I've seen Absol and Alolan up there, striking them with Fly, and with the ultimate move we can keep them away, get them at low health, with the shield we are secured, and with Aerial Ace we are defeating them finally. With the right moveset, we can jump over the field very quickly. You see Cinderace and Crustle trying to take goals. Crustle is down, Cinderace is trying to strike us back down, but 2v1 we have the advantage, getting down on Cinderace, and you see that Gengar is trying to score points. But with Brave Bird and the range, we can strike it and then try to defeat it, but I've popped my Unite move because I've been afraid, and we could secure the fight either way, and so win down the situation. And that's a funny one. If you're trying to attack with Fly and you would drop down on a field where you cannot land normally, you would jump to the next field, and with this I could defeat Greninja, and I think he didn't know what struck him. Good for us, bad for him. And the last one, now you see how important it is to attack with Fly in the group. With one strike we can take down a bunch of health, striking down with Aerial Ace and our team supporting us. With that we have 50 points, and those we can dunk down into the goal. Rotom's there again, and with all the combined power the goal is ours and we've taken the upper hand. You see Talonflame is a speedster, feeling well in the jungle. With the right combination of moves and with hard-hitting and fast-hitting attacks with a very good range, we can support our teams on the top and bottom lane when ganking and of course getting the early and mid game on our side. I hope this guide helped you to improve your gameplay with Talonflame. I can just say try it yourself, try to start out in the jungle, support your team members when ganking lanes, and so you can secure the fights for you and climb up those ranked ladders. But of course there's one thing left, and don't think I forgot about it. We've got a bet from the beginning. If you've learned something new tips and tricks, strategies or anything else, I'd be tremendously happy if you could support this video with a like and the channel with a subscription. In this way, not only I know that this video is good and can help you, but you're also improving the overall community, the growth of the channel, and we can get together more people that are interested in Pokemon Unite all together. With that said, I'm happy that you've been here. Have a look at the channel to all the other guides that are currently released. I hope you will get back soon. My name's Kay, that's everything. See you soon. Bye bye.